So here we're going to take a look at the foot system and how we animate the feet in a procedural walking system. The Walkatron loops are a procedural system when it comes to the way it animates the hips and the feet. There are four main procedures that are happening. What we need to do is we need to lift the foot up and target it to a target position, and we need to hold the foot, and we also, during that time that the foot is in motion from its last position to its new target position, it needs to align itself to make sure that the tweening that happens between these two positions is curved correctly to make it look more natural. Or else, if we just have a straight line, you're going to have your foot lifting from one place and going straight to where it's going before, and that doesn't look very good when the animation is curving. So, for instance, if I'm going to take this animation here and I put a curve to it, if I just had these feet going from the takeoff position, which is, let's say, number 9, see that right foot, or actually let's see the left foot, let me turn on the paths. You'll see here, looking from the top view, that the left foot here has to go from this position up here to this position. But while the animation is curving, if I just had it go straight from here to here, you would actually have the left foot going through the right foot, and that wouldn't look very good. So there has to be a curve alignment procedure that happens somewhere in the middle of the animation. And that's what these little the little text in these buttons, it says A, and that means alignment. And it's at this position where there's automatic animation happening for the leg during the motion from one place to the next. Now I know that sounds really complicated, but this is a complicated system when it comes to the way it moves the feet around, and basically it has to be complicated because this is hard. But hopefully using this tool you'll be able to make lots of animation very quickly. Automatron is doing all the work for you. All you have to do is give it a few simple instructions. So let's look at how this works. So you see that the feet are curving, making a nice curving path. And what we want to do is, while that foot is in motion, I want to lift it up. So here I'll turn off the helpers. And I'm going to go to frame for the right foot. I'm going to go to M foot lift, and the M foot lift, foot side, and foot forward are the position controls for the foot. So let's go to 13. That's where this alignment is happening for this foot here, for the right foot, and we are going to lift it up. And now, as you see, as it turns, and I turn on the helpers, we'll see the trajectories. We'll see how it's making a nice curved path here. And the same for the left foot. I'm going to go to 5 where the A is. Go to 5 for left foot, foot lift, and we'll lift that up there. So now when we're playing, we'll see a nice curved alignment for that foot. Let's take the angle out of it and look at the side view. Now you can also go here, so I'll go to 5, and for the left foot I can even move it forward and back. And so here you'll see that the foot is kicking forward quickly. Oh, I need to turn that loop 9 off. Let me turn that off. So we can kick this way out here like that, and we can make it look like he's marching. Now if I also turn on mirror bone and mirror bone, if I turn on mirror bone and mirror bone 9, what I do for the left foot will also happen to the right foot, and vice versa. So we also need to have the foot lift be the same too, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the foot lifts are the same by putting those two values in like that. Now we also have control over the side motion of the foot, so we'll look for the front view, and for the left foot at number 5 we can put in some side motion. I'm going to move them out like that, just make some crazy motion like that. And we could also do, oh, those are the 3 parameters right there. Now you could also do rotations for the feet here. The preview doesn't work the way I want it to for here, so you're just going to have to guess at the rotations until you lift the mouse up. And so here we have that. Now there's nothing saying that you can't put motion data in these other time steps. So we can go in here and we'll look at the left foot forward, and from the side view, and we'll say, let's step forward, and we'll say right here that I actually want this to lift up and keep lifting up a little bit. I'll make a nice look on some crazy marching step here. And maybe I don't like that. Let's turn that off. But there, you can do that. Now here we have heel roll and heel lift. Let me clear these out here. And so I'm going to go to heel roll. Let's find out where that foot is planting. And it's planting at frame 9. So I'm going to roll on the heel. And I need to put a planting value in here, so I'm going to put that so it just kind of slaps down right there. And maybe I also want to kind of zero that out here. And maybe you can do whatever you want there. You can also put something in here. And heel lift, so I can say, well, this is where the heel is lifting, so I can put something in there. And we can zero it out here and there, and let's also here, there. And as you see, the data that I put in here is also, because I'm mirroring this and shifting it by 9 time steps, you can go over here and see that all this data is also being put in to the right foot. So all these things work in here just as you would think. And there we have some walking. As it looks a little crazy, but that's you can make all kinds of crazy animation in here. So for the right leg and left leg, these are actually controlling the forward kinematic systems of the legs. The right foot and left foot are actually controlling the inverse kinematic systems for the legs. So to switch from inverse kinematics to forward kinematics, we need to change the blending. And these are the same blend controls that you're going to see in your master skeleton control panel. So here I'll go in and freeze the values for the time that the left leg is in motion, and I'm going to set the same values here for the forward kinematic blend, and then I'm going to turn up forward kinematics at time steps 2 and 8, and this I'm going to do basically a really quick blend between the two systems. And we'll go back to here and we'll kill these values here. So now you'll notice that instead of taking the data before, well, there's no data in there for the forward kinematic system, so I can put some in now. So I'll say leg lift at 2. I want this to be somewhere back there. So you're not going to get very good results here. I mean, I actually did put this this whole thing in here. But it's always best just to use to not use these two systems here. But they're there just for fun, just to see if you can do something. So leg lift, and then I can actually do. See here, because it's not inverse kinematics, you can actually do some forward kinematic arcing here. But what happens is it's really hard to do the blend between one and the other, so you really have to tweak these two settings here to make them match nicely. But it's kind of interesting that you can do this. You'd have to go in and fix the feet too. Anyway, that's how the feet